Okay, hello again. So today I am going to be talking about some of the books that I read earlier this week. I didn't really read any of these. These are all library books, obviously. I didn't read any of these fully, but I gave them a pretty good shot. And there's a couple that I am going to try to read a bit more, but there's some of these that I've decided I will not be reading. So this one is from a couple of weeks ago, One Woman Show. It's got kind of an interesting structure to it. It's written as like catalog entries for an art exhibit. I think it was kind of fun. It was pretty cool. I think I will probably read more of it just because it seemed like there was a story there that I want to read, and it's a really easy book, so I'm probably going to try to finish that one before I have to return it, but I think I can renew it a couple of times. This one, you may know this author from the Binti books. She's been around for a while now. I haven't read very much of this either. I think I've only gotten about to here, maybe like chapter 9. I'm not super into it. I think it may not go the way that I want it to, but I want to give it some more time. So this one I will be reading more of. This one, I listened to the audio for quite a bit. This was pretty interesting, actually. I don't think I would read the whole thing because it's kind of just what you would expect. It's a rich woman in DC throwing parties. And there's not a lot of surprises in here, but I do think it was kind of fun to read about a person who was involved with politics, who was kind of in the peripherals, and she was sort of an interesting person, and there was some rivalries with this lady and a few other things, so it was worth kind of looking into, but I'm not going to give it any more time than I already have. And I listened to the audiobook of that one for a little bit too. Blood Over Brighthaven. So I'm going to probably end up writing more about this and the other two like fantasy books that I was reading along with this, which was Will of the Many and Babel, the R.F. Kuang. I didn't like this that much. It seemed kind of obvious to me. There's some things that are interesting. I think it has a few things in common with Will of the Many. So if you liked that, you might like this one too. I will probably not be giving this any more time though. I got pretty far. I was listening to the audio. I didn't read the physical copy very much. So there's no like tabs or anything, but, yeah, I won't be reading any more of that. This one is kind of interesting, but it felt very like Atlas Shrugged-y to me. And I'm sorry, not Atlas Shrugged, Cloud Atlas. The Mitchell book, which was turned into a movie. There's like a lot of people see the same lady over and over again, and I don't think it really did anything all that interesting, honestly, so I'm probably going to skip that one too. This was kind of cool. If you watched The Tudors, you'd probably like this one a lot too. I will probably not read any more of this, but if you're interested in Tudor history, like this time period, this is a really cool way to learn more about it, because it's these women who are not particularly well known, and I liked that this was kind of focusing on people around the monarchs rather than the monarchs themselves. We get so much about the monarchs that it was cool to get everyone around them instead. So that one I would recommend, but I probably won't be reading anymore. This, I think I'm going to read more. It's kind of a weird one. The character's a total jerk. I mean, if you look at the picture of the author here, I don't know, for some reason I'm like, yeah, you seem like you would be that main character. So, he's kind of an asshole and to everybody, and he's a writer. There was this really cool like short story that the main character's girlfriend wrote, which obviously is this one right here. So like if you do read this book, I say get to page 24, read this. This was kind of fun. So I'm curious to see what more happens in the book, so I'll probably pick this one up again. The last one is Rose Bones. I'd heard a lot about this. It's another fantasy. It reminded me a lot of Godkiller. So if that was something that you enjoyed, I'd say give this one a try. But I don't think I'm going to read any more of this. I'm interested. It's book 1. So if the second book comes out, maybe I'll return to this one and try to give it a little bit more time. But it is very much just a road book. And there's a bunch of stuff that happens that are both good and bad. Mostly bad from what I gathered. So I don't think I'm going to give this one any more time. It's sort of, I've done it. We're good. I've already read things like this. I think Godkiller is similar enough and has some elements to it that I think are a little bit more pleasant when it comes to like being born female. I think this one can be a bit rough, honestly, from what I have read of it. So I don't know that I want to give it much more time just because of various trigger issues. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you have tried any of those, I guess let me know if I should give the ones that I said I wasn't doing more time. But I think I've pretty much made my decisions here. And I would definitely recommend picking a couple of these up, the ones that I liked. I'd probably say this one, this if you're interested. This is definitely worth picking up, and then this one too. But the others, I'm probably gonna stop here. All right.